This video is an overview of the steps I took to create the music video Waking From You. For context, I'm in my 70s now. I've been using computers for work and play for more than 45 years. I put my generative AI skills at no more than serious hobbyist level. Also, I know almost nothing about music. The good news is that you don't have to be either a computer engineer or an accomplished musician to bring your ideas to life. And the tools I've been using are pretty affordable. The bad news is that there are no shortcuts. The services you find on the web, the ones that promise to create a music video based on a single text prompt, might bring somebody's ideas to life, but definitely not yours. I went through 9 drafts before I got the lyrics where I wanted them. I encourage you to do as I did. Use your favorite LLM as a sounding board. I've used ChatGPT and Perplexity. It can give you feedback about things like word choice, tone, structure, and number of syllables in a line. But the wording was ultimately my own, both as a point of pride and because I think I write lyrics better than LLMs do. There are some basic and free tools that'll help you with your writing. WordHippo, it has a rhyming dictionary and some other tools, and Merriam-Webster as a thesaurus. I use Suno.com to turn the lyrics into music, both vocals and instrumental. Once you settle on the version of the song that you like best, download it as a WAV file, not an MP3. And here's a key point. Take the extra step of downloading the 2 stems, vocal and instrumental. You'll be asking another AI to do the lip syncing later, and it can pick out the words from the audio file better if the words aren't obscured by instruments. Over the course of 9 drafts, the tone of the lyrics shifted from lighthearted and snarky to angst-ridden and confessional. The style of the musical versions generated by Suno reflected that. Here's a sample of what the K-pop version might have looked and sounded like.
When I met you, you charmed me from the start. Once you had me in your arms, I laid my feelings bare.
Once I settled on the tone, I fairly quickly generated the first draft of a 9:16 video. Here's a clip from that.
I remember when I met you, you charmed me from the start. Once you had me in your arms, I laid my feelings bare.
It served as a proof of concept, but I wanted higher production values in the final version. So I used a text-to-image AI to create the image of the singer you see in the final version. It's a wide shot from the hips up, standing behind the microphone, hands on the mic stand. For best results, when lip-syncing later, it's good if the character's lips are closed. Note that a lot of text-to-image AIs don't produce a true 16:9 1080p image. You're going to need to bring the image into an image editor, crop it to 16:9, and then enlarge it to 1080p. Once I had the image the way I liked it, I used it as the reference for other variations to maintain a consistent character. The next image I generated was taken from the original, but was a tighter shot from just the chest up. First, I dropped the wider shot into TalkingPhotos.ai along with the vocal stem audio file. In a few minutes, it produced a video of the singer lip-sync to the vocals.
I remember when I met you, you charmed me from the start.
Then I dropped the tight shot into Talking Photos, uploaded the same audio track, and generated another video.
Once you had me in your arms, I laid my feelings bare.
In Adobe Premiere, I dropped into the timeline both those videos plus the instrumental stem. At that point, if I did no more than cut between the wide shot and the tight shot, that would result in a music video with more visual interest than either shot on its own. And if the lip-syncing stumbles on one of those tracks, cutting to the other one can hide it.
My feelings bare. My glasses were rose-colored, and you fit the part. Only now I see the guy I liked wasn't really there.
But I wanted the final music video to look more varied than that. I generated more than 30 still images. They included images of the band, the singer in profile, and an over-the-shoulder shot of the singer looking at the audience. Then I used VideoExpress.ai to turn the still images into 8-second silent video clips. You can use a text prompt to guide what'll happen in the video. Your favorite LLM can help you word that text prompt. I had to iterate many times to get the video clips that I wanted. I had 2 reasons to generate silent video clips. The ones of the band I used to crudely synchronize the instrumental intro to the instruments on the screen. and the one of the singer in profile I used to show visually where she was in relation to the band. In real life, the band would usually be on stage behind her, but that would have meant animating the band as well as the singer in every shot. It was beyond my skills and the tools I had to do that reliably, so I moved the band off to one side. Talking Photos will only let you start with a still image, not a video clip. There's no place to add a text prompt to guide the action, and the singer on the screen sings in a visually low-key way, even when the song should have her belting out a verse with her mouth wide open.
Excuses and evasion, all it's ever been.
But there's another lip-syncing AI that will let you start with a video clip. It's called PixBim. Let's say you use an image-to-video AI with a text prompt to generate a short silent clip of the singer extending her arms outwards towards the audience in an expressive way. PixBim will take that video plus the corresponding audio clip and produce a version with lip syncing.
It's more heartache than I know.
To get the audio clips I needed for these short video clips, I dropped the whole vocal stem into a digital audio workstation, or DAW, in this case Reaper. Then I exported just the verse that the singer belted out. I dragged the silent video clip of the singer with her mouth open wide onto the Adobe Premiere timeline. By sliding it back and forth, cropping and adjusting the timing as I needed, I got some approximation of lip syncing. It's easier when the lips aren't touching during the passage. Regrettably, Talking Photos by default shows the singer with a pleasant, almost smirking expression on her face. A lot of times it wasn't right for the line she was singing. I asked an LLM to generate a still image of her with her eyes closed, looking down and to the right, with her lips slightly parted. With that visual information, Talking Photos was able to generate a clip of her singing certain lines in a way that was visually a better match to the emotions in the verse.
I need someone I can lean on, not a sapling in the wind.
I ended up with 34 different video clips. In the editing room, it was a bit like having the feeds from a 4-camera live-action shoot to choose from. Note that all the clips you bring into the timeline should be of the same dimensions and the same number of frames per second. Most of the tools I worked with produced 1080p 24 FPS video clips, but PixBim produced 4K 25 FPS video clips. That really messed things up until I figured out how to drag these clips into the free software called Handbrake. After that, as you go through the timeline in your video editing software, you just need to make aesthetic choices as you cut from one shot to another. I think creatives often worry that their role will be taken over by AIs. That may be true of repetitive and cliché-driven outputs, but I prefer to think of the workflow I've just described as a collaboration between a human creative and a variety of AI tools to bring a human vision to life. Good luck on all your own projects.